All right, Colby, we're going to tackle some positioning clips first. First, I want to say your team has possession of the ball right now. This guy is passing it from pressure, right? So all pressure is on the left side of the field. Going to pass it back to this defender. I would love to see you more central, asking your right back to get a little bit wider so we could take it and switch the point of attack rather than sending it right back into pressure. We're going to see you send it right back into, not you, but we're going to see your team send it right back into pressure, and then maybe we can avoid what happens next. So here we lose the ball, and I want to point out your positioning. So he is wide, and we see you at a 3-goal cutback position. We want to see you somewhere along this 45-degree angle line of your front post, and ideally we would love to see you somewhere like at the top of your 6. That way you can claim this space between your back line and the goal line. We want you to have reign over that as a goalkeeper. So let's pull you back a little bit, central crossing position, and get you higher up the field. We get to watch it play out. Same thing. Say this guy becomes a shooter, right? So if you were here, you might transfer over a little bit, take a few steps left, and get more on a shooting angle to get between this guy who has the ball and the center of the goal, find the ball line. But regardless, we want you more in a crossing position rather than where we see you now hugging this front post. Another great example of you being a little bit tight to your front post. So this guy is receiving, that's a goal kick from the opposing goalie, receiving it down the field. So he has a defender, right? The ball is wide outside of your 18. We can see him start to cut it back. He obviously wants it on his right foot. You are touching your near post. Even if you take one step back and one step forward, you can still cover your near post, right? So again, it's not a 3-goal situation to where you can affect that play coming across the box. So we want you higher and a little bit deeper, more into a crossing position rather than a shooting angle. Right now, the only thing you're guarding is your front post. Even if he were to shoot it from here, you still leave this back wide open. So we need you to be more central, more in a crossing position where some footwork can get you to your back post, and then one simple shuffle can get you to your near post instead of hugging super tight to your near. See right here? So he's wide, pretty obviously looking for the cross. His hips are not facing the goal in any way, so let's get you off that front post and get you central to try to play that ball. Okay, so Fusion is in their half. Big ball is about to be sent in from their half, right? So if the ball is on our opposing team's half, should mean that you are up pretty high. He plays this ball. So I can start to see the 18 and I don't see you. Again, I see from the 18 to the penalty spot and I don't see you. So I'm thinking when the ball was on the opposing half, and if you weren't up there, I want you to start higher. That way, when balls like this come in and a big ball is sent over, you're winning it at the top of the D rather than all the way inside your box, right? Because if you were higher and we're playing that ball at the top of the D and your defense gets wide and so they're receiving it, say at this line, then our attack starts higher up the field. So overall, just a higher starting position, be able to receive that ball with your feet, and then we can play out. All right, I love this picture because it gives us kind of a full field, well, half field picture, but bigger picture in relation to your entire defensive line and then also the players in front of us. So you're inside your 6-yard box, right? And the ball is going to be like just getting into our defensive third. So the space that I want to point out is this, the space behind your defensive line between the goal. So if you're at your 6 and the ball goes up, right? Because I think essentially that's what we're kind of worried about is getting chipped if we get too high. You can travel those 6 yards. And I would so much rather start working on the footwork rather than playing back here and not getting to these balls in front of us. So I challenge you, Colby, to start your positioning higher, get outside your 6, maybe even just on, and really control this space behind your defensive line so that your attack starts sooner and you're a more intimidating goalkeeper. controlling that space.